Hi, welcome back to West Coast Geeks. I'm your host, Joaquin. How we doing, people? Today's video is the start of a new series for the old world. So for all you players out there and you're interested in starting an Orcs and Goblins army, I just want to talk to you about the options and some quick build tips. So if you have watched my video, the top 5 tips for new players, and you made up your mind, and you're like, all right, Joaquin, I'm all in. Orcs and Goblins. I bought the rule book. I bought the Ravaging Hordes, and I bought the battalion. I bought the spray paint. Um, and then the other thing I haven't really got into, and I feel this is kind of like a must, is buying a starter kit that has the tools in there. Because you're going to be needing these clippers to get off any of these models, whether it's the Age of Sigmar or pretty much anything, unless you're like 3D printing. And so buying a paint set to help get you started and then figuring out what you want to do is what you're going to need. So I like to round things off. So the battalion box, I think I saw that on Amazon for about 150. We'll just say that's like 200. This painting set over here is around 30. If you bought the rulebook and the Ravaging Horde, that's close to 100. That's 250. So basically that's $300. And then, real quick, you're going to have 1,000 points in what you see here, but you're also going to need 2 characters. So this is your chance to get your favorite orc model. Hopefully he looks cool. This is, I want to say it's Grimgore. Old school orc warlord, very famous. Kicked Achion's butt. So Chaos Warrior special character. And you're going to want to get a goblin shaman. Now you can get an orc shaman, but eventually you're going to find out you're going to prefer goblin. But it's your list, your style of play, however you want to do this. But those are going to be my front recommendations. So at one point I did buy this box, and then I also have the other army box they did. And so I was looking at what they had, and I was like, well, I've got 2 orc chariots. In fact, I think I have 4. And I went through several bags that I have of bits, and I was able to somewhat recreate. And the reason why I say that is because you're going to get 30 orcs. Now, these orcs are going to be, you can do hand weapon and shield. You could do spears, or you can do bows. So my suggestion is that you, after reading your army book or the Ravaging Hordes, figuring out if you want to play Savage Orcs or not. If you want to play Savage Orcs, you're going to be running a bare minimum of 20 Savage Orcs, and I put them in ranks of 7. And the reason why is you're going to get 1 attack for base model, 1 attack because these guys are going to be frenzy, and then you're going to need to make space for your hero, or it's going to be your general. And so you got your 3 ranks, you got 2 ranks behind, and you got your standard. And we can go over tactics and magical items that are good for orcs, and depending on your style of play, on another video. But this is just to help you get started and start building and making these early decisions. The other decision you can make for the orcs is to go all in. You go all in on Savage Orcs. They give you 31 models, and you put that into a team. I am going to be having some pictures of the army builder, and I'm going to be placing those throughout the video. And so that's one option. You go all in 30, or you can break them up to 20 and then 11 on one group, whether you want to have some support spearmen or bowmen. I'll just let you know the Orcs and Goblins are not famous for their shooting. So, you know, really think about what models you're going to choose to make and why. Now, because if you've seen my other videos where I showed you my 5,000 or probably like 6,000 Orc and Goblin set that I'm still building and painting, I don't care. So I built Spearmen, Orc Spearmen, and I have probably like 20 of these bowmen with full command. So you're going to have to make those decisions. The other thing is that I actually had enough bits and pieces to make the old school goblins, but I want to say they're on, they might even be on the old school night goblin, but I had enough heads to do it. So you're going to get 40 goblins, okay? Again, you're going to have to make the decision, have weapon shields, um, archers, or spears and shields. My recommendation, because you're learning, I would take 1 unit of shields and spears, and your other unit. Now, these are the night goblins, okay? So my little night goblins here, I found enough heads to make another unit. You know, depending on what old set that you buy, you're going to be able to kit bash a lot of stuff. Which brings me to my next point before I move on to the other two models. That's actually going to be a nice segue. Depending on what you buy and what model set you have, they used to come like this, right? So these are like, and the reason why I'm laughing, because all of you who know, these are a pain in the ass sometimes to get to glue together. So I'm going to do a separate video where the importance of learning how to put your models together when things aren't going right, like pinning. And it's just going to be a short video, and also to think about how you're going to paint these models. So for instance, right over here, I already glued the banner, but on this one, because I know better now, I'm going to be gluing on the shield. Oh no, did I get that in the right arm? Oh no, I did. Okay. So I'm going to be gluing on the shield like this because I ran out of bows. And I'm going to paint this up separately. I'm going to paint this separately. And last but not least, I'll paint this, and then I'll clip this on here. And you can, and there are all kinds of videos where they show you to, you can trace them on. You can get decals. If you want to paint them, but you're not good at freestyling, what you're going to do is you're still going to make an outline and then paint within the outline. So when people go, "Did you freehand that?" It'd be like, "Yeah," at the end. So, you know, you can get crazy with your orc designs, and you know, in some of these books, they will have designs of standards. But if you're new to painting, don't get frustrated that you can't paint the level of detail that you want, nor the design you want on your flag. So start simple at first. And I would suggest getting a piece of paper and just buying some cheap watercolor sets and work out your designs there. So if you could watercolor it, you can definitely paint it. All right, so the other thing when it comes to building and painting, which I actually learned later, and the reason why I never painted my my orc chariots, is that you want to paint some of these separate. So on 2 of my models, I do have this off. And the reason why you have that off is because later on, let me take these off. So I'm going to have to fix these. I'm going to have to fix these little poles on the other ones I have, and I'm probably going to run a little banner or something. But here's the thing. When you paint this, right, either you can paint it already attached, or you can run into the problem that I'm going to be doing. I mean, I could always break it off, but, you know, you're going to be doing it like this. So the problem is you might scrape off some paint. So be ready to make some adjustments. So as far as like this is 1,000 points once you add your 2 characters. You're going to have, as you can see, you're going to have 2 choices. You can not take any artillery at all, or not any archers at all, and you can just go with 2 units of 20 goblins with spears, and you're going to be learning how to do the hammer and the anvil technique, where either your anvil is probably going to be your savage orcs, because they're the ones that are going to be able to take a big initial hit and dish it back. And you're going to have small little tiny hammers, which are going to be your goblins, because they're not the night goblins where you can kick out the the fanatics, which are cool, because I'm going to do a video on that. And that's going to involve more of the Age of Sigmar, because they did release a nice little starter set that's like 20 night goblins and 10 squig hoppers and 3 trolls. Now you're still going to have to buy the fanatics, and you're also, in some cases, are going to have to repair them. What the heck got caught in here? Oh, it's the arrows. You know what? I'm so determined to get this off. And you're going to be going through this as a hobbyist. Ta-da! So you're going to have to find the right glue. You might even have to get some green stuff. Like I have one of the balls for the other one, but this one I'm going to have to get a little bit of the clay and make the ball for the ball and chain. So that's it. I just wanted to give some really quick tips on how to build out your possibilities. I would suggest you watch the videos on them talking about savage orcs and just regular orcs and make that decision for yourself. But my recommendation is you should go savage orcs, and it's going to be up to you if you're going to go 30 deep. And since you're just starting out, I would go that route, because with your general in there and all the attacks that you're going to dish out, and at 7 ranks, you're going to be able to get more attacks in, because normally either they're going to be 5 or 6 wide. And so even if they're only 5 wide, as long as these on the corners touch, they get to get their full attacks in, as opposed to if you had one more here on the side, he would only get 1 supporting attack in, whether he touches or not. Hence the term line hammer. So if you have any questions, leave them below. I'd really like to hear from you. Have you bought this set? What did you do with it? And do you look forward to building an Orcs and Goblins army? So the next videos in this series is I'm going to be fixing these models, showing you how to fix them, helping you. And we're going to primer them up. And I'm not going to show you that because you don't need to learn how to primer. The only recommendation that I can make is that you're going to learn really quick that you don't want to take your spray can and be really close. You're going to be farther away, and you're going to be lightly dusting these, because if you get too close, the paint is going to cover up the details. And on your Age of Sigmar models, you really don't want to do that, because There are some models with some really nice details, and it's just a good habit of not getting into, which I've done. That's why I'm telling you, don't make my mistakes. That should be the title of this video, but it's not going to be. So with that, I hope you guys are having a good weekend, and just know that Dungeons and Dragons will be next week, and I'm going to be going over the Greyhawk box set, and I still have in the pipeline the Treasures of Greyhawk. So if you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate your viewership, and have a good weekend.